Jay and Mel with you here in the Volume.com studio. And as promised, got Sam Johnston here.
Yo, yo.
Welcome back, bud.
Thanks for having me back out, man.
Absolutely.
It's good to be back.
It's great to have you back. Great to catch up a little bit. Fellow Cowboy fan, which not many folks
baby.
I can say that about here in Nashville. But we were actually talking, I think the last time you came in was right after we hired our last head coach.
Yep.
So it's been
Mike
at least
McCarthy.
a couple years plus. But so great to have you back, Sam. And congratulations, celebrating the release of the record tonight out at the Basement East.
Thank you, man. I'm so excited.
Man, we're excited for you. It's going to be a great show. A.G. Sully and Arts Fishing Club also on the bill. Basement East tonight, 8 p.m. Get your tickets at thebasementnashville.com. So, well, we were chatting a little bit off air, but let's let all the folks out in Radio Land know, man. How have you been? What's this last couple of years been like for you, man? Have you kind of leaned into the writing, recording? Have you been kind of taking a step back, a little of both? What's the scoop?
Man, it's, for everybody, it's been a crazy 2.5 years.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
I definitely would say I leaned into the writing and recording side of things. You know, I released my last song before this project, 2019, and had kind of accumulated a couple songs in that time. Was trying to work on cutting a record in the summer of 2019. Wasn't really working. We didn't really have all the pieces there yet. And met my producer, who I have now. His name's Drew Long. Right around the last time I saw you in the winter of 2020, and we were set to go and start hitting the studio in March, and you can imagine how that went.
Right.
And so we had to, obviously play the delay game a little bit. I went home. I'm from Dallas, and went there for a little bit. Went up in my mom's coat closet, started writing the rest of the record, and ended up getting back to Nashville in about May. And hit the studio full force and really just fell in love with it, man. And I'm a hardcore perfectionist, and we used every single second of the pandemic to get the record just the way that I wanted it to sound, and the way that my producer wanted it to sound, and everybody that was in the room wanted it to sound. And I think we really came out of it with a really, really strong record, and something I'm really proud of.
That's awesome, man. And because I know that's, being a perfectionist, sometimes it's like you kind of get outside of your own head and just be like, well, maybe that after, tweaking things 20 different times, it's like, maybe that first run was probably the best one, right?
100%, man. I mean, there were so many times, like there was even moments where I would try and recut a vocal, and it would be the 6 months after I cut the first one, and I'd be like, I think I could beat this. And I would just like finish, and I would cut and be like, nah, that's not it. And then we would just go back. My producer would be like, let me play this again. It would go back to the demo vocal that I cut.
Like the scratch track or something, right?
In my mom's closet. It would be like the ones that I cut like back there, and be like, dude, this is great. And, you have to like really sit back and get that bird's eye view.
Right.
And be like, okay, yeah, like this is that pure emotion, because notes and everything like that you can hit, you can always hit them better. That's
right.
There's, that's always how it is. But once you like kind of like look at the pure emotion of everything, sometimes it's those first vocals that are always the ones.
Just like whether it's like kind of pouring out of you for the first time, right? You're trying to capture that so that you can, then use that demo for the album. And again, congratulations on the new album. I can't wait to hear all of it in its entirety. Are you going to play something from the new album?
Yeah, man.
Play it live here in the studio?
Yeah.
All right. Tell us a little bit about this track.
So this one is, this was the third single that came off the record. And it was one that I indeed wrote in my mom's closet. And nice. I had this dream a couple nights prior to that. It was me hitchhiking down the street, and I got picked up by this dude. And, he just offered me a pack of cigarettes, and we were just, having a good little time, like shooting everything, just chatting and getting down and dirty about life. And about halfway through the conversation, I was like, I think that was Jesus. And it was a weird dream. It was a weird dream. Those us creatives tend to have those weird dreams from time to time. And I got through it, and I was like, I think that was Jesus. And I just started kind of writing about it. And, I couldn't remember everything that happened in the dream, but it felt like a humbling process throughout the whole thing, you know, especially with everything going on in the world at the time. And so I ended up writing this, and it's called Spirits of Jesus.
All right.
Yeah.
We've got Sam Johnston live here in the Volume.com studio, streaming at Volume.com/Lightning100, and live right here on Nashville's independent radio.
Looked up at the dead of night till I could barely open my eyes. Drifted to a wild and crazy dream where all the stars up in the sky went away like the flick of a light as I was hitchhiking down this lonely street. And then a brown-eyed man in an Astro van came and flashed his headlight beams and rolled his window down, and I heard the sound of him calling to me, saying, "Get in the backseat, you got a lesson to learn. Now won't you take this pack of cigarettes and just smoke them till they burn, or you feel like a deadbeat, and maybe then you'll see that it takes a little bit of love to set your soul free. Lessons from spirits and Jesus." Told him, "Sir, I've been 2 months clean from that old lady nicotine, no, and this ain't what I need to get home. I told you, sir, I'm doing just fine. Ain't no need for nothing too divine. Can't you turn your water to wine and just go?" And then he told me, "Sam, you're a grown-ass man, but I see right through your schemes. Now ain't no need to lie, 'cause your worries are mine, and I won't dare let you bleed. So get in the backseat, you got a lesson to learn. Won't you take this pack of cigarettes and just smoke them till they burn, or you feel like a deadbeat. Now maybe then you'll see that it takes a little bit of love to set your soul free. Lessons from spirits and Jesus." And so I made my way to that Chevrolet with a light and a touch of belief that one day I might find the one divine that can just call right to me and tell me, "Get in the backseat, you got a lesson to learn. Oh, won't you take this pack of cigarettes and just smoke them till they burn, or you feel like a deadbeat. And maybe then you'll see that it takes a little bit of love to set your soul free. Lessons from spirits and Jesus."
Jesus.
Sam Johnston here in the Volume.com studio. And went off that new record. Definitely looking forward to hearing the whole thing and checking it out over at the Basement East.
That's right. Tonight, it's the party. And so it officially dropped last Friday, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
last Friday.
New
Old
album, Cannonball, and celebrating tonight out at the Basement East, sharing the stage tonight with A.G. Sully and Arts Fishing Club. I know that you've had a chance to play with quite a few different artists over the years.
Yeah.
Colony House comes to mind.
Yeah,
Kingfish, Bowling for Soup. Any of those stand out for you?
Golly. There was a couple that were really, really fun. Probably my favorite of the bunch had to have been Kingfish.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So we went out to St. Louis to go play at this hotel rooftop thing and open for him. And, you know, if you guys have heard Kingfish, you know what kind of player he is.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm a guitar guy. Like, that's definitely something that I pride myself on. And seeing him play, it was like, I hit the shed for a week straight.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, my gosh, I got so much to learn. It's just really cool to, you know, get to play with people that are so highly regarded and just so incredible.
And seems inspiring too.
Absolutely.
And I love the fact that you have that attitude of like, oh wow, he's great. I'm never going to do that. It's like, no, I got some work to do to try to catch him. You know, it's because we're right there with you with Kingfish. Christone Kingfish Ingram, everyone.
What a cat.
Oh my gosh.
What a cat.
Such a great guy and an amazing player as well.
Total sweetheart. Oh my gosh. Like the sweetest. I think at that point he probably just turned 21. I was probably 22, 23 at the time. And just like he acted like he was 45. You know, like such an old soul.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can hear it in his music and his playing. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a talented dude.
I tell you, and so are you, Sam. I can hear it in your songs as well. We're actually, when we wrap up, we're going to play Isabel, which we've been spinning since we got it a couple years ago. Love that tune as well. Any surprises or any hints that you can give folks if they come out to the Basement East tonight? Give them a little extra incentive besides celebrating the release of the new album, Seeing You, A.G. Sully and Arts Fishing Club?
Well, I guess this isn't much of a surprise, but I'll tell you one thing. Few people put on shows like Allie, A.G. Sully, and Chris from Arts Fishing Club. Like those two guys. You know, when we were putting the bill together, I knew I had to kind of stack it up and really give it to two artists that I just have the utmost respect for, and just know we're just oozing with talent.
Oh yeah.
And Chris and Allie are two of those people, and I feel really lucky to be able to be on the stage with those guys. Just them alone getting to share a bill, it's like, okay, this was a success. You know, 10 people could be there and I'd be happy just because I get to play with those guys.
Right.
And in terms of surprises, you know, there's one song on the record called For a While, and it's a duet with one of my very closest friends from my freshman year. I was a Belmont guy.
Oh,
and
okay.
I moved here in 2015, and we met probably a month into getting here, and her name's Emma Klein. And you know, we had this song For a While, and you know, I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to get her in town to be able to come sing it, but there might be a chance she might up on stage.
And you're not going to know unless you're there in the club tonight.
You might not know. Who's to say?
After all, it is Music City.
It is.
So
Never know what could happen.
Never know. That's right. So, pick up the new album, Sam Johnston, Cannonball. It's out now. In fact, the best spot to pick it up is at the Basement East tonight, right? I'm sure you're going to have it on sale there.
Oh, just a little bit.
Get yourself
Just
a
a
ticket
little
for the show tonight. TheBasementNashville.com is where you can do that. Then pick up a copy, if you don't already have it, of the new album.
Pick up another one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, pick up 6.
Hey,
it's
Start a little collection.
Yeah.
Why not?
or you can start your holiday shopping.
There you go.
Give people the gift of music. That's where it's at,
the
right?
gift of Cannonball.
Yes, indeed. I love it. That'll be that could be our theme in 2022. Let's work on that. We got a few months wants to do it.
Oh, yes. Say less, man.
Sam Johnston joining us here in the volume.com studio. Again, thanks so much for being here.
Oh, of course.
The morning of a show, and it's your album release show, but you still made time. Sounding great. Congratulations on the new record. I'm looking forward to the show tonight out at the Basement East, but it's so good to catch up with you and to see you, man.
Likewise, man. Thank you guys for having me. It's always a pleasure.